want something to this game? Man, you better go to sleep over there, bro.
I probably will by halftime. I'm gonna need some.
Lindsay and Associates started in 1973. This is our 48th year in real estate in Northwest Arkansas. We have 2 locations, one in Fayetteville and one in Rogers, and we are here to serve the people of our community. And as my dad always said, at Lindsay and Associates, we bring great neighbors together.
And welcome in live here to Bulldog Arena on the campus of Fayetteville High School in Fayetteville, Arkansas, for what we consider to be about to be a go-down, as Fayetteville calls it, the get-back tour, as they host the 23-2, 12-1 Bentonville West Wolverines. Starting five, Lane Jeffcoat, 6'9" junior. Number 2, Tucker Bowman, a 5'10" senior. Number 3, Dawson Price, a 6'5" senior. Number 33, a 6'9" senior, Tucker Anderson, and Caleb Cruisenberry, 6'3" junior, coached by Greg White. Assistant coaches Thomas Powell, Kayla Short, Kevin Snyder. Bentonville West in the gray uniforms with the blue numbers. Snazzy looking. Fayetteville in their home white purple numbers, as they'll trot out a starting five of sophomore Xavier Brown, junior Ornette Gaines, junior Jaden Taney, sophomore Quincy Bradford, and senior Max Vollmer. Fayetteville coming in tonight's ball game 7-5 and 17-8 on the season, and just a little over a week and a half ago, these two teams met in a makeup game at Bentonville West. West coming out 60-47 winners, but that was 10 days ago, Mark, and this is a different Fayetteville team. Talk about the keys to tonight's game. Bentonville coming in number 1 ranked in the state. A lot that they've accomplished, but Fayetteville, talk about what they've got to do tonight to get this going.
Well, no doubt that Bentonville West has had a great season. But like you said, it's been a long time since that last loss. In 3 games in particular where Fayetteville's played together, they played well, and they really shot the ball well. So I'm going to say tonight, they need to see the ball go in the hole from deep. They have to be able to stretch this team out. Now, we know Bentonville's going to throw Big Jeffcoat up top a little bit in a 3-2 defense, but they've got to be able to shoot the ball, shoot it well, and shoot it early.
A stat that a lot of people, let's make a note of, coming into the ball game in the last 2 games, Fayetteville is 24 of 39 from behind the arc. 11 of 15 last Wednesday at Harbor, and 12 of 19 last Friday night at Fort Smith Northside. So this team is coming in. I believe they had a big shooting night here last Tuesday night versus the Rogers Mounties as well. So, and when you also couple that, they put 70 up on the board the entire week last week, Mark. So this team may be playing its best basketball at the right time.
Sometimes it's just right for you to peak at the right time. And like I said, shooting the ball, going into the playoffs, going down this stretch of this revenge tour is very important for them. Make no doubt about it, Bentonville West is going to come out hard.
Quincy Bradford and Tucker Anderson to jump center. West will come away with it. You know what our final words are. Let's get it.
Fayetteville in a little bit of a man-to-man.
Jeffcoat with the basketball, and stolen away by Haney. Thought about it.
Bentonville in a man-to-man as well, feeling they can match up here.
Haney going to work patiently. Vollmer to the rack. Good, no good. Rebound to Price. Anderson's going to drive it. Stolen away by Brown. Xavier into the front court. In the corner, Bradford. Off the iron. Rebound.
Don't think his feet were under him there, and he's coming to balance, but it's definitely a good look that you've got to shoot.
Bowman into the front court. Rebound was by Cruisenberry. Oh, they're going to get Xavier Brown on the personal foul, the first team foul on Fayetteville. Man.
You know, we see that a lot where they're calling the fouls on the contact coming off the screen on the defender. It's one of those things that I would love to see a review of that call in the offseason.
Right. Anderson with the basketball. Down, stolen by Brown. Xavier into the front court. Reverse it back out, leave it for Bradford. Skip over to Haney. 3 by Gaines off the iron. Up high goes Anderson. He'll leave it for Bowman.
This pace of the game so far benefits both teams. Both teams want to get up and down. Coach White likes to let his players play. Coach Stamps does the same.
Price up high, and they're going to get the foul. Thought that was all ball.
I'll tell you one thing about Dawson Price for Bentonville West. This guy here is tough as they come. He looks to initiate a lot of contact, and he will not go around you. He'll often go through you.
Quincy Brown will be charged with the personal foul for Fayetteville. Price's first attempt puts the first point on the board in tonight's ball game. 2 fouls on Fayetteville. Second one off the back iron, no good. Vollmer will clear it. Off to Brown.
A little bit of a horn set here early with the 2 high. Getting some downstream off-ball movement.
Haney on the left side. Nice drive. He'll go up. Good, and the foul. Jaden Haney will be fouled by Dawson Price. Nice baseline move by number 5, Jaden Haney, as he'll go to the line for the traditional and 1 opportunity.
I think it's worth noting, Pat, that Dawson Price was in a boot earlier watching the JV game. Maybe some toe issues there. So that might be a matchup that Fayetteville looks to exploit.
Haney completes the and 1. Makes it 3-1 Fayetteville. Price will bring it into the front court for West. Off to Cruisenberry. Anderson. And they're going to get Haney on the 3-point attempt. Fouled, as Anderson will be at the line for 3 attempts.
Rule
Team's
number
third,
1.
first on Haney.
Never foul a jump shooter.
5:41. Anderson at the line for 3 foul shot opportunities. First one is good.
Tucker Anderson is the type of scorer that can really get hot and get into a groove. What you want to do with Tucker Anderson is make sure you touch him. You want to be physical with him. You can't let him get to his spots willingly. You have to really play a physical game and make him work for position and then make the shots harder.
Anderson hits all 3 to give it a 4-3 lead for West. Brown, oh my. Thought there was a little grab, but obviously turnover by Fayetteville. Bowman into the front court. Anderson off to Price. He'll go up, no good. Rebound comes to Gaines. Ahead to Vollmer, no good. Thought that hit the backboard before the block happened. What you think?
Maybe a little bit too fast there. Yeah, I don't think it was a block. I think that was definitely the backboard.
Okay. Off to Cruisenberry. Good pressure defense by the Bulldogs. Bowman will try the jumper. No good. Up high for the rebound goes Haney. He's going to push the tempo. Vollmer. He'll spin, leave it for Brown. Good! Xavier Brown, threes, please. 6-4 Fayetteville. 4:15 here in the first period. Anderson. Off to Price. Ball knocked out of bounds.
So it was a good scouting report by Fayetteville to realize that even with that high ball screen of Jeff Coat, they're not looking to swing that ball back to him or even have him as a roller. So that allows Ornette, who was guarding him, to kind of sag off, just as you'll see on this inbound play here.
Jaden Wilson and Brylan Sims in, replacing Brown and Vollmer. Zaire James into the ball game for Bentonville West, replacing, I believe, Cruisenberry. Brown off to Sims. Off the Gaines. To Sims. He'll go up, and the foul! Brylan Sims, and they're going to get Jeffcoat. Lane Jeffcoat on the personal foul. Nice penetration and dump off from Gaines to Sims for the easy deuce, as Brylan will go to the line for the traditional and one.
Yeah, you really got to exploit the foot speed of Jeffcoat in situations off the drive to make him work. You allow him to sit and have space and be comfortable, he'll be a problem for you.
Rebound comes off to Bentonville West. Bowman being guarded by Wilson. Anderson. He'll spin. Nice move inside by Anderson for the Dukes.
Great move. You cannot allow him to move that freely throughout your defense.
Oh, Fayetteville with the turnover. And it's going to stay with Bentonville West. Brown will be replaced in the ball game by Nigel Armstrong.
Checking in for our Bulldogs, number 3, Nigel Armstrong.
Pat, you'll hear me mention this throughout the broadcast about the physicality of Tucker Anderson from a defensive perspective. You can't allow him off the dribble to move that freely, because that's just asking him to score 30.
And there's going to be a turnover by West. We'll go over to Fayetteville. 3-10. Dogs lead 8-6 as Wilson will get it. Dogs into the front court. Haney. Wilson. Gaines. We'll leave it for Sims. Back. Haney for the triple. No good. Anderson. Ball loose. Sims. He'll go up off the backboard. Good. Byron Sims with the deuce. 10-6 Fayetteville. Anderson. He's going to spin in there. Good.
Nice, easy one dribble spin. That's a beautiful play.
Sims. Gaines. Wilson. And they're going to get the move and screen, I believe. I think they're going to get Nigel Armstrong.
Yeah, Nigel tried to get in there, get under him a little bit, but didn't quite get set on the move.
Fourth team foul on Fayetteville. 2:15, 10-8 Dogs. Bowman into the front court. James. And they're going to get James on the travel.
Zaire James, one of those sophomores that started the year off really contributing major minutes for the Wolverines. In the second half of the season, we've seen some of those go to Bowman, but actually them playing together is a pretty exciting matchup.
Zaire's a great kid off the court as well.
Really is. Well-mannered, nice, easy speaking.
Haney being guarded. He'll drop it off for the triple from no good. James, he's going to push the pace. He'll get it out to Bowman. Over to Cruisenberry. Price, no good.
Oh.
Bowman up high. Cruisenberry for the shot. Good. As West takes the lead 11-10 on the triple.
Can't make it a habit of giving up second chance points in this
Gaines
game.
all the way up. No good. Sims. Wilson. No good. Armstrong. He'll go back up. Ball blocked. And they're going to keep it with Fayetteville.
Pat, we know your free throw jinxing ability, but maybe this three-ball jinxing ability is coming into play tonight. They're getting some good looks. They're shooting the ball well, just not knocking them down early. I know they're hoping to see that change here soon.
Cruisenberry and Bowman being replaced in the game by Brust. And Jeffcoat, shot up good. Brylan Sims inside for two. James. Jeffcoat fumbles it. Off to Brust. He's being dogged by Armstrong. Jeffcoat to Anderson. Stolen away. And they're going to get Anderson on the foul. Tucker Anderson, his first. 13th foul on the Wolverines West.
Maybe
34.3 to go.
A little bit of a frustration foul there. I think he was upset with the miscommunication with his teammate and then just gave up a cheap one.
Caleb Cruisenberry checks in for Tucker Anderson with 34.3 seconds to go here in the first period. Fayetteville 12, West 11. Haney will bring it down. I believe Fayetteville can play for the final shot.
Here's that 3-2 zone with Lane Jeffcoat up top that really causes a little bit of hardship penetrating and even seeing the rim at sometimes.
In the paint. Nice move by Nigel, no good. James, he'll take the shot, and at the end of one, Fayetteville leads it 12-11. Let's talk about that first half, Mr. Winston. What did you see from Fayetteville and also from Weston? What are some of the things that this Purple Dog team's going to have to do to extend this lead into halftime?
I think it was a very back and forth first quarter, so I think kind of a filling out process for both teams. The one thing I would say about Fayetteville is I think that they have to make sure they get some ball pressure on the scorers of West, that being Tucker Anderson. He's their main attraction. So if you got to get ball pressure on him and not let him move freely, on the offensive end, I think you just got to get shots to fall. You're moving the ball, you're moving without the ball, and you're getting the good looks. These are just not falling right now.
Right. 12-11 here in the end of the first period here at Bulldog Arena on the campus of Fayetteville High School in Fayetteville, Arkansas. 12-11. When we resume play here, Fayetteville will have the basketball to start the second period. Leading scorers for Fayetteville, I believe, 3 points. Leads all scorers for the Dogs, I believe.
Yeah, not a lot of big scoring right now. And I would say I don't anticipate a whole lot of extensive scoring from anyone. I think it has to be a team effort, spreading the ball out. Like I said, Bentonville West is going to play a little mix of man and zone. You have to find your mismatches and exploit them while you can.
Fayetteville will inbound the ball. Quincy Bradford, Xavier Brown, Ornette Gaines, Brylan Sims, and Jaden Haney are the 5 Fayetteville Bulldogs. James, Bowman, Price, Cruzman, and Anderson for Bentonville West are the 5 Wolverines. Two, 3 zone by Bentonville West. Brown. Leave it for Bradford. Haney. Sims. He'll go up, and they're going to get Cruzman on the foul. And Sims will go to the line for 2 free throw attempts. Fayetteville is making a really, really strong effort tonight, as in the girls' game, in that second half, Marcus, to start trying to get it inside, as that's going to bring up the 4th team foul. Both teams, 4-team fouls.
Yeah, to your point, Pat, I think that each team is trying to get the easy bucket. Let's get into the rim. Let's penetrate. Let's get the easy layups. Let's get some momentum. Let's see the ball go through the hole so we start to feel good about ourselves. And then we can work inside out, which is always my philosophy.
Sims on the second free throw attempt, as he makes 1 of 2. Gives the Dogs a 2-point lead, 13-11. Early in the second period, Bowman into the front court. Bowman being guarded. Down to Price. He'll drive. Ball loose. Anderson will come away with it. He'll pull up. No good. Up high. Brown gets the rebound for Fayetteville. Xavier off to Ornette Gaines. He'll go up. No good. Rebound James.
Really like to see him play a little bit more above the rim on
Cruzman. Good.
Mr. Cruisenberry for 3.
Cruisenberry, I'm sorry.
Not someone that shoots a lot of threes, but you definitely can't leave him
Cruisenberry,
open.
not Cruz. I said Cruz.
Yeah, you
Cruisenberry. I apologize to Caleb. 14-13 West. Bradford. And it's stolen away. Anderson. He'll go Oh, my. They're going to get the travel into the game. Brust replacing Cruisenberry. Mason Simpson for Fayetteville replacing Brylan Sims. 14-13, Bentonville West, 6:24 here in the second period of tonight's boys 6A West Conference matchup.
Another look, another matchup from the Bentonville West defense here. They're going to keep you on your toes with a lot of mixing and matching of the defenses. But luckily, you have two good, solid point guards out there that can see it and get everyone where they needs to be.
Man-to-man by West. Stolen away. Brust. And there's going to be a turnover by West. Both teams kind of not in a flow offensively in this first half, as both teams have had really unforced turnovers.
Yeah, that turnover count is a little bit higher than both coaches would like to see them, but more like you said, they're unforced turnovers. Not great on-ball defense, not deflection, just throwing it away.
Haney. Brown on the drive, leaves it off for Bradford. Good, Quincy Bradford from Xavier Brown for the deuce.
Xavier Brown has eyes in the back of his head, I swear. This guy did an underhand scoop between two defenders straight to his man's chest.
James. He'll try to drive. He'll shoot it up. Good. Zaire James.
Battle of the sophomores.
Brown all the way. He'll go up. Good. Xavier Brown coast to coast for the deuce.
Battle of the sophomores. Two young sophomore guards going at it.
I can do it if you can too, says the sophomore. Brust. Good. Simpson. Gaines. He'll step into it. No good. Mason with the rebound, and it's going to be tapped out. It's going to stay with Fayetteville. 18-17, Bentonville West. 4 minutes and 49 seconds here in the half. Cruisenberry set to check into the ball game to replace Jackson Brust. Brown set to inbound. Side out for Fayetteville. He'll get it in to Haney. Stolen. West into the front court. Haney with the steal. He'll take it all the way. He'll go down. Stick back Mason. Simpson with the put back for two. Good trail there by Simpson.
Yeah, perfect position.
Anderson. He's going to go up off the backboard. Good.
Got to stop ball right there. You can't let him drive the length of the court and get all the way to the block without somebody stepping in front of him.
Brown in the corner. Back out. Simpson over Haney. Short corner Gaines. Skip. Brown for the triple. No good. Loose. Brown. Oh, what a pass! Oh! Off to Bradford for the deuce. My! You feeling that type of way, Mr. Brown?
He's in his bag tonight, Pat. He's in his bag.
Yes, he is. Cruisenberry guarded by Bradford. Off to Bowman for the deep one. No good. Bradford with the rebound. To Gaines. Ahead. Bradford. Gaines, he'll flip it up, and they're going to get the charge on Gaines. Having a hard time getting going for number 4 for Fayetteville.
I tell you what, he's on the ball a lot, bringing the ball down the court, which kind of puts him more in a facilitating point of view. I would like to see if they're getting off the ball to get him in better scoring position the next couple of trips down the court, or when he comes back in the game, should I say.
Tucker Anderson replaced in the lineup by Jeffcoat. Vollmer will replace Ornette Gaines for the Dogs. 21-20 Fayetteville. 3:05 in the half. James Ball stolen by Haney. Ahead to Brown. And it's going to be out of bounds. Anderson set the check back into the game. I guess he got a drink of water real quick.
Sometimes all you need, just a shot.
For Jeffcoat.
A shot of water to keep it going.
Zaire James. James with the triple. 23-21. Bradford.
Interesting to see where your points come from with this lineup. Xavier Brown, pretty good on-ball creator, more of a facilitator.
With the Hezzy, nice pass. Vollmer, and they're going to get a 3-second call. 2:20 as Sims will be in the lineup replacing Mason Simpson. 23-21 Bentonville West. And they're going to get a timeout by Coach Greg White and the Bentonville West Wolverines with 2:13 to go here in the half. West up 23-21. We'll take a real quick break and then we'll be back. You're watching Fayetteville Bulldog basketball on the Hill Media TV. Hey guys, this is Pat Jenkins of On the Hill Media and voice of Fayetteville High Bulldogs Athletics. Make sure and subscribe to our YouTube channel that's On the Hill Media. Make sure you hit the bell for all notifications. As we say, let's get it. And Bulldog Arena inbound comes to Brust. He'll get it into the front court. Off to James. Cruisenberry. Air ball. Rebound Brown. Ahead to Whitty. And Cruisenberry is going to be called for the push. That'll be his second. The fifth team foul on Bentonville West. At the scorers table to check in for Fayetteville, Ornette Gaines replacing Graham Whitty and Tucker Bowman replacing Caleb Cruisenberry. Haney set to inbound on the baseline for the Bulldogs. Out to Gaines. Brown. Haney. He'll drive all the way. Good. Jaden Haney with the downhill move for the deuce.
That's got to be a part of this team's identity. It's got to be Jaden Haney creating as well. We need every score they can to be effective.
Bowman. Brust. Good. Three-pointer by Jackson Brust.
Got to know your scouting report. Jackson Brust is in for one reason and one reason only, to shoot the deep ball.
Sims. No good. James with the rebound. Loose. Bowman. Jeffcoat. He'll go up good off the backboard. 28-23 West. Gaines. Good. Ornette Gaines for two. 26 seconds. West will play for the final shot. They lead at 28-25. Bowman. Being guarded out by Vollmer. Oh. Skip over Brust. Off the iron, no good. Rebound. Haney, he's going to push the tempo. And he's going to be fouled. I believe they're going to get Anderson, as that's going to be Tucker Anderson's second. 16 foul on West. Haney will be at the line for 2. 3.9 to go. 28-25 Bentonville West.
I'll tell you what, I didn't know what Jaden Haney had planned there. I think he got bailed out by a foul because I didn't know what the game plan was going inside.
Right. First one by Haney is up and good. Into the ball game, Graham Whitty for Max Ballmer. 28-26. We'll be joined here at halftime by players of the game, sophomore Maisha Washington and freshman Charlie Rollins, as both ladies, 14 points and some big-time plays at the end of the half. The Bentonville West Wolverines lead it here at Bulldog Gymnasium over the homestanding Fayetteville Bulldogs, 28-27. We'll be back here shortly with our players of the game. You're watching Fayetteville Bulldog basketball on the Hill Media TV.
You got it. So guys, this is Pat Jenkins on the Hill Media and voice of Fayetteville High Bulldogs Athletics. Make sure and subscribe to our YouTube channel that's on the Hill Media. Make sure you hit the bell for all notifications. As we say, let's get it.
And welcome back to Bulldog Arena here at the half of the boys 6A West matchup where the Bentonville West Wolverines lead the Fayetteville Bulldogs 28-27, and I'm joined by our players of the game. The 59-41 winners tonight, the Fayetteville Lady Bulldogs over the Lady Wolverines, and I'm joined by freshman Charlie Rollins. Another great night, Charlie. I mean, and this one was a big one, coming off a close, hard-fought game at Northside. Talk about, how big tonight's win was for the Lady Dog.
As a team, it just felt amazing to beat a team that bad. It felt like we definitely deserved a win like that. We've worked so hard to get where we've gotten, so I think it was really great to have that.
Another great shooting night for you. I mean, did you feel it from the first shot? And, I mean, what does that feel like to see the ball go through the hoop so early?
It feels really good. It just tells you that you're going to have a good game. It gives you confidence to just go out and play and not be so worried. The nerves just go away.
Now, there's Coach Brimmer and that staff. You guys have gone with Maisha and Mariah, two bigs at the same time. Talk about how big that is for you offensively to have two big posts that now you know you can't get double team. How big is that?
Oh, it's I love having 2 posts in the game because it opens up everything. Winter can get more drives, Whitney can get more drives, I can get more shots. Like, it's so nice to have Maisha and Mariah on the floor at the same time.
Now you girls go to 13-13, 6-7 in the conference. Still a lot to play for as we get close to the state tournament and seeding. You got Springdale coming up, who you guys are trying to bump and get a better seed. And talk about that game and what's it going to take to go on the road and get that big win that you guys are going to need next week.
Yeah, Springdale is definitely someone who can beat you. They come out so fast and so strong that it is going to take everything to beat them. I think if we just go out and play like we've been playing recently, I think it'll be easy for us to go ahead and just get the lead and hold on to it. But it'll definitely be a fun game. So
there you have it from the freshman, 14 points a night. Dead-eye shooting, and we hope she can bring that same shooting to Springdale on Friday night. Once again, player of the game, freshman Charlie Rollins. We'll be back with Maisha Washington. You're watching Bulldog Basketball on the Hill Media TV.
And voice of Fayetteville High Bulldogs Athletics. Make sure and subscribe to our YouTube channel that's on the Hill Media. Make sure you hit the bell for all notifications. As we say, let's get it.
To the national dance competition.
And welcome back to Bulldog Gymnasium and Bulldog Arena on the campus of Fayetteville High School in Fayetteville, Arkansas, where the boys trail it here at halftime, 28-27. But I'm joined by my other player of the game. The girls take it tonight, 59-41. And I'm joined by, you've seen her before, Maisha Washington, the sophomore post. Maisha, great win for the Lady Dogs. Talk about it.
Well, we obviously started off pretty slow, but I think once we got it moving and inside and outside, I think it was just pretty easy after that just to go in and out and score from anywhere. So
you said weeks ago when you were the player of the game that you want to improve defensively. I thought you and also your sophomore teammate, Mariah Moss, talk about just when you girls are in there, the presence and the intimidation that you bring, and how exciting is that?
I think intimidation-wise, it's crazy. Just having 2 huge people in the lane, like, it's just a huge factor that helps a lot all the time. But offensively, me personally, I love it. Just to have like someone else to pass to, like high-low situations were like amazing, and just it's really nice to have another person on the floor who's like me.
Last week, girls, 1 and 2, a heartbreaking loss last week to Rogers here, then Northside, a very tough loss there. You beat Harbor. Come back tonight. How big was that, Maisha, to get this win so you can set yourself up? You ladies will be going to Springdale, which is going to be another must-win, a big game. Talk about how big tonight's win was to set yourself up for the remaining 3 games.
I think the confidence that we had tonight was something that we need to bring for these next couple of games to go into state really comfortably. So I think having that confidence is what will keep us steady throughout our next 2 games, and especially with Springdale. I think tonight we were like kind of expecting it, like we feel comfortable that we can easily beat this team, and so we did. But like Springdale, I think will be a bit of a challenge. But as long as we just keep the confidence and use what we have inside and outside, I think we'll be easy going forward.
Last question before I let you go. You guys are a young basketball team, only probably 2 seniors playing. I mean, talk about just the growth, and where is the most growth that you're seeing with this basketball season as it goes on?
I think turnovers have been a big problem for us, and so not having the maturity factor that like Bentonville has. Not having that has been a struggle, but I think throughout the season we've gained a lot of confidence in trusting each other, because I think that was a big thing that we needed in trust.
Well, there you have it, our players of the game. Maisha Washington, the sophomore post, 14 points in her team's 59-41 win. We'll be back with the second half of the boys contest. You've been watching Fayetteville Bulldog Basketball on the Hill Media TV.
Hey guys, it's Pat Jenkins of On the Hill Media and voice of Fayetteville High Bulldogs Athletics. Make sure and subscribe to our YouTube channel that's On the Hill Media. Make sure you hit the bell for all notifications. As we say, let's get it.
And welcome back to Bulldog Arena in Fayetteville, Arkansas, on the campus of Fayetteville High School, where the Dogs trail at 28-27 to the visiting Bentonville West Wolverines. Bentonville will have the basketball to start the third period. Mark, second half, what will Fayetteville have to do to hopefully win tonight's ball game? Keys for the second half.
They have to shoot the ball better. Not a very good outing in the first half, and you got to stop Tucker Anderson. Simple as that.
Ball knocked out of bounds by Gaines. We'll stay with the Wolverines of Bentonville West. Bowman set to inbound. Dogs in the man-to-man.
It's a very uncharacteristic, low-scoring first half for these two teams. I expected a little bit more firepower, but going down the stretch, it might be efficiency and good shot selection that wins this game.
Cruisenberry, no good. Rebound comes to Vollmer. Xavier, ahead to Quincy. Jaden. Vollmer on the drive. He'll go up. Good. Max Vollmer for the deuce inside for two. Gives the Dogs a 29-28 lead. Bowman. He'll leave it for Jeff Coate.
Fayetteville's got to talk a little bit more and shrink in when that ball goes into the post. Everybody's got to be scrambling to cover somebody.
Haney. $15 on the shot clock for Fayetteville. Dogs being patient. And It's going to be knocked out of bounds. Fayetteville will have it with 5 seconds on the shot clock.
These are the type of situations where you want to see Ornette Gaines kind of go beg for the ball. He's being guarded by Bowman, who's sizable size advantage.
Haney, he'll take it, no good. Price to Bowman. Bowman will take the jumper. Good. He'll hit the three. 33-29. Cannot go under screens.
No, not against this team, Pat.
And it's going to stay with Fayetteville.
One thing about it, Coach White gives all 5 players on the floor the green light to shoot it. So if you go under the screen, it's almost like an automatic shoot for them.
33-29, West. Brown up, no good.
Got caught in the air. Got to make your mind up. Once you jump, just go ahead and shoot the ball.
Anderson. He'll drive it. Up high. No good. Rebound, Vollmer. Price with the miss. Off to Gaines. Almost stolen away. Vollmer flip it up. Good. Max Vollmer with the floater for 2.
Max being a factor.
And there's going to be a travel by West as Bowman is down. He'll get up slowly.
One thing about Dawson Price, he's going to get up every time.
If you could see Coach Brad Stamps is by what the blazer he's got on. Maybe he's the best dressed coach in the conference.
That's for sure.
Brown, Vollmer. He'll go up good. Max Vollmer ties it up. And it's going to be a turnover. And Zaire James will be set to check into the lineup. So he's going to replace Dawson Price. Fayetteville with the basketball, tied up. 33-all with 5:12 here in the third period. Bradford will make his way side out to inbound.
Good little run here for Fayetteville. I know they would like to get a shot of their choice right here. Something easy, something within the offense, something with an open look.
Bradford. It's going to be stolen away by Cruisenberry. James. We'll get it off to Jeffcoat. Bowman. Anderson. Good. Haney. And they're going to get steps. 35-33 West, 4:24.
Truly a game of momentum so far.
Yes.
Both teams put together 2 or 3 good possessions, then there's 2 or 3 not so good possessions. It might come down to the team that can string together the most runs to end this game.
Good point. Bowman. Off to Jeffcoat, no good. Vollmer. Gaines. He'll go up good, and the foul. They're going to get Tucker Anderson. I believe that's going to be Anderson's 3rd personal foul.
Yeah, that's his 3rd. Interesting to see how Coach White plays this.
Dawson Price set to check in. Gaines at the line for the traditional and one, and a chance to give Fayetteville the 1-point lead as Price will replace Tucker Anderson into the lineup. Bradford will be placed in the lineup by Brylan Sims. Free throw up by Gaines is good. 36-35 Fayetteville. James into the front court. Cruisenberry. Fayetteville trying to speed up Bentonville West a little bit. Bowman. He's going to leave it for James on the drive. And he's going to be fouled by Sims.
Yeah, Sims was in good help position, just kind of stuck between jumping and not jumping, and ended up kind of just rushing toward the shooter. One of the few mental breakdowns so far we've seen on defense.
James Firstman's good, ties it up at 36. Second one is good, makes it a 37-36 game, Wes, as James hits both of his 2-shot foul.
Bigger lineup for West here on defense, looking to fall back into that zone look to maybe clog up some lanes and maybe make Fayetteville make jumpers.
A little 3-2 zone. Going to be knocked out of bounds by West. Going to stay with Fayetteville with 17 on the shot clock. 3:10 here in the third period.
One of those defenses, Pat, where it kind of shuts down the dribble penetration.
No good, a shot clock violation.
But without the dribble penetration, there is the backside movement, flash in, flash out to the middle of the zone, makes the wing defender sink in a little bit, and then maybe you can sneak a skip pass in, but you're not going to be able to dribble throughout it all the time.
Moment into the front court. West with the basketball and the 1-point lead, 2:40. Cruzenberry guarded by Sims. He'll try to drive. Going to be stolen by Brown. Haney. He'll go up, no good. And they're going to get a jump ball. Is going to stay with Fayetteville. They have really let these teams play tonight. Not a lot of fouls have been called.
Yeah, a lot of good play on both ends. I think the referees are kind of not getting involved.
Gaines, no good. Ballmer, he'll go back up, and it's going to be off of Fayetteville to go to Bentonville West. My. That's a tough one. James into the front court. He'll drive. Bowman. No good. Rebound comes to Ballmer. Haney.
Oh,
knocked away by James.
Teammates got to call a little wolf call for you there.
Cruzenberry. He'll go all the way. No good. Rebound Sims. Off to Brown. Sims. Vollmer, no good. Back's a good back, sticks back, good! Vollmer with the putback, puts the Dogs up 38-37, 122.
Max Vollmer has some very good production on the inside, playing very tough against the bigger Wolverines team.
Almost got away. Price. Bowman. He'll leave it for Jeffcoat. Out to Price for the three. Good. Dawson Price with the jumper. 40-38, a minute. Gaines. He'll go off the backboard. Good. Ornette Gaines for two.
They're going to need a lot more of that coming down this fourth quarter stretch, Pat. They need Ornette Gaines to get involved in the scoring and maybe even just isolation so he can get a chance to get off and get into a rhythm.
Real balanced scoring for the Bulldogs tonight. Bowman. Still with the dribble.
Xavier Brown is a menace on defense.
Bowman on the drive. He's going to lose. It's going to be out of bounds. We'll go over to Fayetteville with 9.5. Checking into the game, Jaden Wilson replacing Jaden Haney and Jackson Bruss to replace Jeffcoat, Lane Jeffcoat. 9.5, tied up at 40. Sims set to inbound. We'll get it in to Brown. 7. Xavier, he'll leave it for Bryland. He'll shoot the triple. Good off the buzzer. Bryland Sims, threes, please. Makes it a 43-40 ball game. Fayetteville heading into the final period. We'll take a real quick timeout and then we'll be back. You're watching Fayetteville Bulldog basketball on the Hill Media TV.
Guys, it's Pat Jenkins on the Hill Media and voice of Fayetteville High Bulldogs Athletics. Make sure and subscribe to our YouTube channel that's on the Hill Media. Make sure you hit the bell for all notifications. As we say, let's get it.
And welcome back here to Bulldog Arena for the fourth and final period of tonight's 6A West Boys Conference matchup between the Fayetteville Bulldogs and the Bentonville West Wolverines. Fayetteville leading it here, 43-40. Bentonville West will have the basketball. Mark, talk about that third period. What was it that Fayetteville did to get that lead as they lead by 3 heading into the final period?
I think they were just scrappy enough to stay in the game, Pat. Still didn't shoot the ball extremely well. They just got a lot of second chance putbacks, rebounds, offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds, limiting West to 1 shot. They kind of just stayed scrappy enough to stay in the game.
Well, fourth and final period, you know what we say. Let's get it. Bowman with the basketball. Cruisenberry. Skip across, bust. He'll try the jumper. No good. And it's going to be off of West. It'll go over to Fayetteville. You kind of think right now this could be a period in the next 2 to 3 minutes where this game could get close or Fayetteville could extend out. One of these teams could get on the run, you feel like.
Yeah, I think, it's cliche to say, but to win the first 4 minutes of the quarter and then also see how aggressive you can be getting downhill. You have to settle for jumpers. Be great off the dribble, ball screens, be creative, but just be aggressive.
Wilson. Jaden looking. We'll leave it off for Sims. Brylan will go up with the shot, no good. And it's going to be off of Fayetteville. We'll go over to West. Maybe force things a little bit on that.
Yeah, right idea to get down and kind of being aggressive, but at the same time, personnel is what you want to be aware of. Maybe you want Ornette Gaines making that same drive.
Bowman into the front court for West, being guarded by Brown. Fayetteville in a man-to-man here in the fourth period. Ball knocked out of bounds, going to stay with West. Good defensive rotation by Fayetteville. Wilson, Brown, Gaines, Sims, and Vollmer are the 5 Fayetteville Bulldogs. Bowman, Cruisenberry, Price, Brust, and Anderson. And it's going to be an out of bounds. We'll go over to Fayetteville.
Tucker thinking he got pushed, and he did. But to catch that ball and that close to the baseline is just a no-brainer.
Right
you
there
can't do it.
By the stripes.
Yeah, you cannot catch it that low.
That was his easiest call of the whole entire night. Into the front court. Brown for Fayetteville. Nice intercepted by Cruisenberry. And it's going to be off of Fayetteville. Going to stay with West. It's going to be real important for the Dogs to be very protective of that basketball on their offensive end.
Yeah, I think you'll see a lot of either Xavier Brown or Jaden Haney in there. But I don't see Xavier Brown getting a lot of breathing minutes from the bench this fourth quarter. I'd keep him in the game because he is your best decision maker on the ball.
Zaire James in for Jackson Brust. As it comes into Price, back to Bowman. Cruisenberry on the drive. We'll flip it back. Bowman. Cruisenberry. Anderson. No good. Anderson get his own rebound. He'll skip it over. Good defensive recovery by the Fayetteville Bulldogs. Anderson will spin in the paint. He's going to flip it up good and draw the foul. I believe they're going to get Wilson on the contact. It'll be Wilson's first. Only the second team foul on the Bulldogs. Makes the score 43-42. Jaden Haney in for Xavier Brown.
Interesting substitution. Maybe a little bit of rest for him to come down the stretch.
Anderson ties it up 43 all. Collects his 14th point on the night. We're tied up.
West back to this man-to-man. You got to take advantage of it while you can.
James, and he's going to be bumped by James. As they'll get Zaire James on the foul. His first, second team foul on Bentonville West. 4 total fouls in the half. I would definitely say they're letting them play. Gaines inbounds. He'll go up, and he's going to be fouled on the shot. Caleb Cruisenberry will be charged with the foul. 3rd team foul on the West. Ornette Gaines at the line for 2 for Fayetteville.
Must note that right now, Bentonville West has Cruisenberry and Anderson both with 3 fouls. Cruisenberry not so much of a scoring option, so you expect him to pick up a little bit, but it's going to be imperative to see how they attack Tucker Anderson going down the stretch.
Ornette Gaines hits both of his free throw opportunities to give Dogs a 2-point lead, 45-43 with 5:40. Bowman into the front court. James. Ball knocked away. Going to stay with Fayetteville as Vollmer got his hands on it. Xavier Brown set to check in, replacing Jaden Wilson.
Pat, we talked a lot about Fayetteville needing to shoot the long ball, but they've done a great job of taking the long ball away from Bentonville West.
Shot up. There's going to be a contact foul. I think they're going to get Vollmer as Price will go to the line.
They got it on Xavier Brown.
Xavier Brown will be the 3rd team foul on Fayetteville. Brown's second. 5:23. Dawson Price at the line for 2 for West. First one hits the front iron, no good. Second one is good. 45-44. Haney into the front court. Sims off the iron, no good. Up high for the rebound, Price.
That's a good look for Bryden Sims. He has to shoot that ball to make them respect him within the offense.
Bowman. Anderson off the backboard, good, as they'll take the lead and get the timeout. 46-45 with 4:53 to go. I believe there's going to be a 30-second timeout by Bentonville West with 4:53, 46-45. It's going to be a full timeout, so we'll take it with them. You're watching Bulldog Basketball on the Hill Media TV.
Pat Jenkins, on the Hill Media, and voice of Fayetteville High Bulldogs Athletics. Make sure and subscribe to our YouTube channel that's on the Hill Media. Make sure you hit the bell for all notifications. As we say, let's get it.
We're back here at Bulldog Arena. I'm joined here courtside by my analyst, Mark Winston. Mark, 46-45 with 4 minutes and 53 seconds to go. Well, neither team is in foul trouble as we have 3 apiece. Tucker Anderson and Cruisenberry, 3 fouls for Bentonville West. No one in foul trouble for Fayetteville. Going down the stretch, what is it going to take for either team, in particular the Fayetteville Bulldogs, to get this win tonight?
Well, they're going to have to string together some stops. You mentioned it off camera. They got to get 2 or 3 stops in a row. And whoever can do that first and sustain that defensive side is going to win this game. Because it's a low-scoring event. You have to get stops.
Brown into the front court for Fayetteville. Gaines up and in off the backboard for 2 on the curl
with the finger roll.
47-46 Fayetteville. Bowman.
Wow.
Anderson up and in for the Dukes.
Talk about wheeling the ball in. I don't even know if he had full control of it and got it to go in.
West back up, 48-47. 4 minutes even. Sims. Haney, he'll go up, no good. Fight for the rebound, going to stay with Fayetteville. Fayetteville is making, like I said, they're being very intentional trying to get downhill. They hadn't settled for jumpers this half.
Yeah, that's true. Kind of a different look.
And they're going to get a moving screen on Brown.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
You know what, Pat? I'm not sure if that's a bad call. You just rarely see that call, especially with a smaller guy going in there like that.
Wow, that's a tough one. 48-47 with 3 minutes and 40 seconds in the ball game. Bowman into the front court. Guarded out. Price. Anderson. And they're going to get another foul on a three-point shot. The second one of the ball game for Fayetteville and for Anderson as he's going back to the line for 3 more opportunities. That's a big foul right
That's
there.
a huge foul. And usually when you're fouling a jump shooter, that means you were in bad position to begin with and now you're trying to recover. But you can't foul a jump shooter, especially one that's going to go to the line and shoot a high percentage like Tucker Anderson.
Anderson hits the first one to make it 49-47. Second one, 50-47. He's got 20 on the ball game to lead all scores. As he goes 2 of 3, 50-47. 3:25. Plenty of time on the shot clock for the Bulldogs. Brown off to Haney. He'll pull up. Off the backboard, good. Haney with the mid-range jumper.
That's a big-time move there, Pat. Mid-range pull-up, kiss off the glass. That's a pro move.
Under 3, 50-49 West. Bowman into the front court. Ball knocked away, retrieved by Bowman.
West only working one side of the floor. That's got to be an advantage of Fayetteville.
He'll drive it, no good. Brown with the rebound. For Sims. Haney, no good. And it's going to be a foul on Cruisenberry. And that's going to be the 4th team foul, the 4th personal foul on Caleb Cruisenberry. Will stay with Fayetteville on the baseline underneath the Bulldog goal, set to come in for West. Jackson Brust replacing Cruisenberry in the lineup.
Still a back and forth affair here as we go down this final stretch of 2.5 minutes. It's going to be intentional.
Brown, nice inbound, good. And we're going to get a Fayetteville timeout as they take the lead 51-50 with 2:25 to go in the ball game. It's been back and forth, Mark. Fayetteville punches and then West punches, and Fayetteville will punch and West will punch. I mean, what will decide this basketball game?
Yeah, you know, it's kind of overkill to continue to say defense, but at this point in time, it's just going to be whoever can outlast the other team, and it might come down to who can make the least amount of mistakes, because both teams look identical at this point, going back and forth, same type of intensity on defense. Offensively, no one's really stretching the floor right now. Fayetteville's done a good job of limiting the amount of shots that Bentonville West gets from the perimeter. Right. And Fayetteville's they're not knocking down their own shots.
Good point. Bentonville West will have the basketball, trailing 51-50 here at Bulldog Arena. If there is in fact a jump ball, the possession does go to the Wolverines. Both teams, Fayetteville with 5 personal team fouls, Bentonville West with 4. Fayetteville has 4 timeouts to 3 timeouts for Bentonville West. Leading scorers for tonight, 20 for Tucker Anderson to lead the Wolverines of Bentonville West. And just really balanced scoring, I believe 11 by Ornette Gaines to lead the Fayetteville Bulldogs. It's been a really, really good defensive game by both programs.
Yeah, definitely back and forth, good intensity. Both teams kind of switching it up a little bit, whether they're trapping, full court press, back and forth, keeping everybody off guard.
To the front court, off to James. And Price on the drive. He'll go up. Left hand good.
That's a strong move with the left hand.
52-51. Sims.
Bentonville West is switching everything
Almost
defensively.
stolen. Skip Brown. He'll try it. Good. Xavier Brown. Please. 54-52 Fayetteville.
It's a big time shot right there.
1:30 to go.
Big time shot by the sophomore.
James up back to Bowman. Price. No good. Rebound. Vollmer. He'll get it. Gaines over to Haney. Dogs with the 2-point lead and the basketball. 1:10. 25 seconds on the shot clock. Down to Gaines. He'll go up. No good. Rebound comes to Anderson. (54-52), 47 seconds. Bowman. Brust off to Bowman, I'm sorry.
West should really look to get the ball to Anderson or Brust for a shot right now.
Anderson. Brust. No good. Rebound Bowman. As Max is going to be fouled by Bowman with 28.8. The 5th team foul on Bentonville West. Fayetteville will have the basketball. 28.8. Quincy Bradford set to check into the ball game for Max Ballmer. Fayetteville does not have to take a shot.
They're going to be fouled as soon as they touch this ball here.
This is going to be a free throw game, it looks like. That'll be the 6th team foul as Bowman will be charged with his 2nd personal foul. Team foul number 6. 26.9. If we have a jump ball, it will be Bentonville West. Fayetteville with 1 foul to give. Next foul on Bentonville West will put and they're going to get Bowman on Brown as Xavier will make his way to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. And from the history of this season, Mark, when it's clutch, the sophomore has been the one you wanted on the free throw line.
Yeah, if I'm a coach, I'm not too worried about Xavier Brown stepping up and making some big-time free throws. He's shown it time and time again this year that he's capable and confident enough to knock them down.
Yes. Xavier Brown at the line with 25 seconds for the Fayetteville Bulldogs. The 1-and-1. First one is up and good. Makes it a 55-52 ball game for Fayetteville. Brown will get the bonus. Takes a deep breath. 2 dribbles. 3 dribbles. Eyes it, skies it, and he buys it. As Brown makes it a 56-52 ball game with 25 seconds to go. There'll be a timeout by Bentonville West. Mark, when you're a sophomore and you can go to the line in big moments early in your high school career, what does that say about what's to come for you in your career at that school?
It just means you're a big-time player, plain and simple. You're a big-time player. You're not afraid of the moment, and you are made for this. You belong, and he's really proving he's belonged by multiple times this season, stepping to the line, hitting big pressure shots, and just showing that he's a ball player.
So you're doing the pregame, the postgame?
No, Pat, I'm going to leave it up to you, Pat.
I want you to get. I'll get Brad, you get the players.
Yeah, I got you. We'll do that.
I'll get Brad, you get the players. If they win. Still 25 seconds left, so we don't want to jump ahead. But Fayetteville with the lead, 56-52. Bentonville West will have the basketball on the baseline. If we have a jump ball, it does point in the direction of the Bentonville West Wolverines. Both teams with 3 timeouts. Fayetteville with 1 foul to give before Bentonville West will be in the 1-and-1. Fayetteville will be in the 1-and-1 for the remaining 25 seconds. Only 1 in foul trouble, and that's Caleb Cruisenberry with 4. Dawson Price set to inbound the basketball for the Wolverines of Bentonville West. Dogs in a little 1-2-2. Stolen away by Bradford. As Haney's going to have it, and that is really big, as I believe Fayetteville baited the Bentonville offense into making that long pass, as Jaden Haney will be at the line for a 1-and-1 with 21.2.
Kind of looks like it the way they left Russ wide open, but then the pass was just a little too short.
.2 seconds. Jaden Haney at the line for Fayetteville with a 1-and-1. First one is good. Makes it 57-52 Bulldogs. If Fayetteville can get this, Fayetteville will go to 8-5 on the league. It'll drop. They'll be 18-8 on the season. Second one is rattles around, no good. Rebound Price. He's going to push the tempo. He'll go up. No good. Rebound comes to Sims. Ahead to Haney, wide open, and he's not going to shoot it, and he'll just take the foul. 7.5. He'll be at the line for the 1-and-1. Fayetteville will go to 18-8, 8-5 on the season. Bentonville West will drop to 23-3 and 12-2 on the year. Haney, no good. Anderson. As he'll shoot the 3, no good. Up high, gains, and that's going to do it. The final score here at Bulldog Arena, Fayetteville wins it, 57-52. We'll be back with the pregame show. We'll let you know who it's going to be. We'll be joined by Xavier Brown. I believe we'll get Jaden Haney. Or do you want to win that game?
Now go Jaden Haney.
Jaden Haney and Coach Brad Stamps will be joining us. We'll take a real quick break. Once again, Fayetteville 55 and the Bentonville West Wolverines 52. You've been watching Fayetteville Bulldog basketball on the Hill Media TV.
Donate towards the basketball scholarship fund based upon made free throws during the games. Tonight, the Bulldogs made 10 free throws during the game. That's $5 per free throw. $50 will be donated to the basketball scholarship fund. A total of $90 donated tonight through free throws. Thank you, Centennial.
Hey guys, this is Pat Jenkins of On the Hill Media and voice of Fayetteville High Bulldogs Athletics. Make sure and subscribe to our YouTube channel, that's On the Hill Media. Make sure you hit the bell for all notifications. As we say, let's get it.
And we are back with our post-game boys player of the game. Two players first up, Mr. Jaden Haney here. How you doing, Jaden?
Good.
Good deal. Listen, big-time win, big-time momentum as you guys have had a good week last week and then start this week off right. Kind of talk to me a little bit about what does it feel, how does it feel to get these 4 wins in a row now?
Well, it feels good. You know, we started the season 1-4. We lost games by, all under 5 points. So we knew at this time of season they'd come back around and those teams would have to see us again, and they did, and it's worked out in our favor. So it's just been good to see that.
Perfect. But listen, looking at your play and the fact that you're able to impact the game sometimes without even having big scoring nights, but tonight you actually had to kind of had it going. What does it mean to you, and how would you describe your contribution in your game as it fits into the team scheme?
I don't really know. The guys like when I have the ball, and that just seems what's to be the trend of it. So I don't know. I like playing with all these people though. It's easy to get them involved. They're easy people to play with.
Yeah, that makes sense, and it looks that way. It looks like the team is actually gelling pretty well as coming down the stretch. So a look ahead. You guys have another big-time matchup coming up this Friday. I heard you guys are kind of on a revenge tour, but as you're getting close to the get back to it. Thanks for correcting me there. As we come down the edge here and we're coming towards the playoffs, what do you think are some key points the team has to do to make sure you're getting into the playoffs with the right momentum?
We just got to keep playing hard. Right now, we got that get-back mentality, so we keep going at people, we'll stay on top.
That sounds good to me. Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Winston here with Jaden Haney. We're going to come back with our second player of the game right after this.
Hey guys, this is Pat Jenkins of On the Hill Media and voice of Fayetteville High Bulldogs Athletics. Make sure and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's On the Hill Media. Make sure you hit the bell for all notifications. As we say, let's get it.
And we're back with our second player of the game from the boys win victoriously today. And I am sitting here with Mr. Xavier Brown. Xavier, this is the second or third time this year you've had to step to the line and knock down big-time, high-pressure shots. As a sophomore, tell us about how it feels. How do you feel in that late-game moment knowing that you're going to be the guy stepping to the line?
Well, it didn't start now. It starts in the mornings when I'm in the gym by myself with my dad. On Saturdays, like right before we about to play on this Tuesday, my dad always says you got to make 3 before you leave, or if you don't make 3 in a row, then you got to make 10, and that's always been the rule. I get in there, make 3. Sometimes I miss, I got to make 10, but I'm always working on them.
Hey, listen, that's amazing, and that type of work ethic I'm sure is going to carry you far. I also want to talk about your playmaking ability. Tonight you had some ooh and ah moments as you went through the lane, dishing behind the back, under scoop. So tell me this. Do you feel like you are more of a facilitator or scorer, or how would you describe it?
I can do both, but I'm always making sure that I got my teammates, If someone's open, I'm going past that no matter what. If I got a good shot, then I'm going to take that shot. But as always, it's just a read, You got to make the great read. And sometimes you might make a bad read, but it's all right, You just got to keep going, But I'm always listening to my teammates.
I think you are spot on because we see that in your game. Also tonight, your long ball was on. You were passing the ball. Your defense was on. Tell me about this. Your team seems to be gelling. You have 4 in a row now.
Yes,
what do you think it's going to take for you guys to keep this momentum going as you finish out the next few weeks?
These next 2 practices right here, we got to go in with the same hunger, keep going, and just, it starts in practice. It's always there. We got to bring the energy tomorrow, be ready on Thursday, and then come Friday, we got to be ready to play Springdale because they're a good team.
Is this part of the Get Back Tour?
Yes, sir.
The Get Back Tour. I tell you what, I am loving this narrative of the Get Back Tour. Ladies and gentlemen, I have Xavier Brown here, who was the leading scorer, I believe, tonight for the Fayetteville Bulldogs. This sophomore is going to be a big-time diaper dandy. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back with the coach of the Fayetteville Bulldogs, Brad Stamps, right after this.
Hey, guys, this is Pat Jenkins of On the Hill Media and voice of Fayetteville High Bulldogs Athletics. Make sure and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's On the Hill Media. Make sure you hit the bell for all notifications. As we say, let's get it. And welcome back here to Bulldog Arena on the campus of Fayetteville High School in Fayetteville, Arkansas, where tonight the Bulldogs win it to go 18-8, 8-5, 57-52 in a rematch game over Bentonville West. Coach, 7 out of 8. You guys are on a run, but let's talk about tonight's big 5-point win. I mean, what went into tonight's win?
Yeah, I truly believe, Pat, it's, last week, just that courage that we played with, the confidence we played with. I told our staff this morning, I said, there's no doubt about it, we're going to battle tonight. And, you never think success, not success. You just want your kids to play hard. You just want them to play hard and, maximize their effort. But I'm proud of them, man. I mean, we were 1-4 at one point. And you know how that is when you're at Fayetteville. And, you walk around, people are asking you what's wrong with the Bulldogs. And, that's just who we are. That's the community we live in. They expect things, and they expect the basketball program to be winning games. And so when you struggle a little bit, that's the common question. But here's the deal. When you walk into the film room on a Sunday when you're 1-4 and you talk about what do we have to do?
Right.
We lost these 4 games in a one-possession game. How can we change that? And credit to our kids. We talked about take the rearview mirrors off. I told you that last time. And just looking forward at what we have in front of us. We've got Mason back, just things starting to click for our group. They're playing with a lot of confidence right now, and I like where we're at. We're not satisfied. We're hungry, and I like the fact that we're hungry.
Last week it was about high point totals. I believe 70 points in every game, and you guys shot the absolute dickens out of it. Tonight, not that type of basketball. You won in other ways. I mean, the defensive end is where I think you made your most. Talk about that end because, that was a low-scoring game. This team scored 60 just a little over 10 days ago and was held to 52.
Pat, there's no doubt. We last week, the three-point percentages we put up were great. We hit some shots. We had some confidence with them. Tonight they weren't falling. And so what we talked about at halftime was get downhill, drive the basketball. And, I felt like we were getting some contact, and and they were too. But I just feel like our best basketball is when we approach it that way, when we're attacking on offense and not settling for threes. Not that we don't have guys that can make them or that we have confidence that they can make them. It's just we want to play downhill and create stuff for other people. The biggest message before the game, Pat, was let's play tonight for each other instead of with each other. And I really feel like they did that.
Xavier Brown, the sophomore. I mean, it takes a lot of courage as a sophomore to take that three-pointer and then close it out.
5 points in that stretch there in the last minute and a half. I mean, talk about that sophomore and just his growth, Brad, from when he was inserted to the lineup and how it's changed this ball club.
Well, he's a young man that has no fear. There's not a challenge that he doesn't want to overcome. He's in here every day. He's putting up free throws. His dad stays with him some, and he shoots. And, he's just a young man. I told him that just a second ago, that there's nobody I would rather have in crunch time on the free throw line than him. He's shown that. It's not that it's my opinion. He's shown that. He's made big free throws in games all year long, and he runs to the ball late in games because he wants to be the guy that goes and puts 2 points on the board, and there's a lot to be said about that.
And then you're on to what you guys and your team's calling the Get Back Tour, is what the players are calling it. You've avenged 3 in a row, Coach, with a chance to go back and get that 4th one at Springdale this weekend in the Battle of the Bulldogs. On a big matchup. Look into that camera, Coach Stamps, and tell the Fayetteville fan base what you guys need this Friday.
Well, we need everybody. It's the Battle of the Bulldogs. You're right. I believe it's their last home game. Not positive on that, but I think that's their last home game. And, what a better way to close out their gym than the Battle of the Bulldogs. We're going to go on the road, and we just need everybody there to support us. You got a group that's really fighting for each other, playing for each other, and we need our community to come out and support us.
Well, there you have it. Fayetteville wins it here tonight, 57-52. They go to 18-8 on the season, 8-5 in the conference. Once again, we'll be at Springdale High this Friday. The girls 6 p.m., the boys at 7:30. Hey, it's going to be a matchup. It's the last ball game in Springdale's old arena. So if you're a Fayetteville Purple Dog fan, and these guys are going to need you this, they've been playing hellacious good basketball. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Lindsay & Associates with an office location in Fayetteville, an office location also too in Rogers. Lindsay & Associates, we bring great neighbors together. It's brought to you by Fayetteville Glass. They're at 1725 College Avenue. Family owned since 1947. That's Fayetteville Glass, not auto. Also, On the Hill Media and Sauced Up Entertainment, from our producer, Demetrius Johnson, and the head dog himself, Coach Brad Stamps, and me. We're going to be out of here. Fayetteville wins it 57-52. Once again, you've been watching Bulldog Basketball on the Hill Media TV. And I'm going to ask him again, what's our final words, Coach?
Let's get it.
Good night, everybody.
Hey, guys, this is Pat Jenkins of On the Hill Media and voice of Fayetteville High Bulldogs Athletics. Make sure and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's On the Hill Media. Make sure you hit the bell for all notifications. As we say, let's get it.